Hello, everyone. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is the Radman, and we are here today to play some Farming Simulator 2017. So, we're playing in a test world that I made, obviously, by the amount of money I have. And what we're going to do is, this is part of a mini-series that I'm going to be doing, where we test out a bunch of things. And basically what I've done is I just buy up a bunch of stuff from the shop, and then I take all this stuff, and we're going to slowly use this whatever you call it, to transport everything back to the farm. Hello. Yeah. I'm also buying, especially, the Ponce Scorpion King and stuff. If there is modifications available for it, I'm also buying both of those. Park this here, scoot that a little bit. There we go. And, we might be able to fit one more thing on the back. Let's see, maybe this little chopper, maybe not, though. Oh, I have an idea. I need to buy a few more JCBs to fit all of my header equipment. I need about, 6 of them or so. Good. Okay, here we go. So now I should be able to load at least one of these on. And these are nice and small, so they should fit on, even if there isn't space enough for, another implement or something. If they'll climb up the little ramp. Come on, little bugger. There we go. And, the reason that I'm doing all this is in preparation for a mini-series where I basically show off every aspect, everything in the game. There was all 4 of the saws in the game, because I accidentally started scrolling. Did it again. And I also have all of the trucks so far, and for some reason it's not acting right. It's supposed to be locked in place right now, because it's not supposed to be free floating like that unless it's hooked onto that pin over there. So this might be an interesting experience, trying to get this thing to go over here. Come on, you piece of junk. Oh wait, I have an idea. If it's going to be like that, we shall do this. Because I think if I can keep backing up in a giant circle, just nudge that. Okay, we might be able to trick the system. Oh no, and I've already been working on this for an hour already. So it is quite the big project, but I really want to test out a lot of stuff, but you need to have all the equipment to test it out. Let's see if we can now get this out of here without, spilling everything everywhere. Ah, that's how you do it. So, note to self, never save and load the game, never save and reload the game if you don't have this trailer both parts together, because it doesn't go over very well. And for some reason I hit the curb there. Didn't hit it before though. That was kind of weird. And so for those of you who haven't seen anything about this game yet, this will be your first look at the world. So it's actually quite hilly terrain. I really like this map. And at this point in my actual series, I've done 2 episodes so far. And I'm gonna record the third one probably after this live stream, so that it can go up tomorrow. And we're actually going pretty fast, considering that the last load I brought up, it had another machine stuck right where that little excavator is, and the machine was actually pretty heavy, so I could only go like 20 miles an hour. There's something that's already fallen off, and I think next load is going to be all little I almost called those excavators. They're not excavators, they're skid loaders. Come on, get over that bump. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. I've had problems with that bump before. What we might have to do is just gun it and hope that nothing falls off. But if it does, the farm's right up there by the red barn anyway. Or it's going to completely pull the trailer out from underneath that because I hit the crossing. I hit the railroad crossing. But that actually did the trick. Like, it didn't knock it off quite all the way, and it actually did the trick. But now, because there's so much weight on those back tires, I'm basically having to inch myself up the field, which is, you know, that's great. I think we'll unhook it here and get the, yeah, see, that's what this is supposed to do, is it's supposed to lock itself in this position and not be free floating like it was. Oh wait, I forgot. All we have here is these, and then there's a little manual saw used for tree chopping that we'll have to move. But let's get this little guy off first, and we'll assign him just one of the headers that we can use. Okay, and for now he'll come sit over here. These, we'll find them like better homes, but we'll do that after everything is down here, or at least more than is down here right now, because we don't have very much of the equipment down here yet that we need to have down here. So we'll just put this up here. Now we need to get that little tractor and get that off. And here's the 2 of the 3 wood chippers in the game, just in case you haven't seen them yet. Let's go grab that though. And yeah, for the next few days, probably the main thing and one of the only things on my channel is going to be Farming Simulator, just because I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it requires a lot of time, so it's probably going to eat most of my time. Let's go see if this one can get over that little hump to grab that little thing. I was kind of worried if I stuck that there it would get stuck, but it didn't help that it got hit by that tree chopper. Oops, I need to, come on, bring up the attach option. There we go. That is such a tiny saw on this tractor. That is hilariously funny. So we'll just leave that there, and now we'll go run back over to the truck. And this is why this is going to take for absolutely ever, is because, hello, thanks for joining me on this stream. It's going to take forever because, we got to move like 2 or 3 vehicles at once, and there's a ton of implements, and the trucks are the fastest thing in the game right now, unless you get something modded in, which there aren't very many modded things right now. I think, on the like official mods that Giants has at least like put on the mod selector panel, it's a thing that they have on the main menu. The only ones that you can really get off that right now, there's about 17 to 18 mods, and most of them are at this point are just reskins of other things. But yeah, for this series we're only going to be using vanilla. I keep saying vanilla like I'm playing Minecraft, but we're only going to use the default in-game equipment for now. And I guess if I get bored, if we do every single vehicle in the game, we'll probably at that point start, you know, using the other vehicles, like modded vehicles. Let's see. Here it is. Oh wait, I was going to take all the little JCBs over. So we'll just come grab a few of them. They keep skidding all over the place, which I guess is what they're supposed to do. I mean, they are skid steers, but do they have to skid quite that much? Probably not, but who cares? Get another one of these and run it over here. And yeah, in about 2 to 3 hours, Farming Simulator Episode 2 is gonna go live. I have it all edited and stuff. It's just uploading right now. Hopefully that isn't affecting the stream quality too much, but I'm pretty sure that my new internet provider, their bandwidth is quite a bit more lenient about YouTube running multiple things. And I guess I didn't buy enough JCBs. I thought I had enough. I need like 2 or 3 more though. We're gonna actually buy this kind because you can actually see out of the windows. Yes, I keep clicking on this picture thinking that's gonna buy it. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I am reading the chat. I'm just not saying much because there's only the 2 messages from Shredding Saw 90 or Fly 8 Shredding. Anyway, let's go over here. Holy cow. Those 2 or 3 of them, or maybe I bought 4, they cost like, oh, I know another reason I maybe should have bought the other type, is they have tracks and this one has wheels. Well, I guess it'll just add a little bit of flavor into our lives. So let's take this one over here. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That guy was gonna skid steer right into that loader thing. That is not gonna fit. Nope, no way, no how. Oh, now it's stuck. No, I need to get this unstuck now, because the truck needs to be able to get to this pin. Okay, you will be pushed. Okay, you go away. You go back. And you go away. Is there any other, like, really teeny tiny implements we can stick on there? 'Cause, yeah, I don't see anything that'll fit on there. So I think we're good to take another load now. And this should be a relatively easy load to unload. Just because it's all self-propelled stuff, so we won't have to, you know, won't have to mess around with big tractors. And, yeah. Okay. And, yeah, I think the next thing we're going to transport after these JCBs is probably going to be all that forestry stuff that's just sitting there right now. And, yeah, that is not recommended. I do not recommend doing what I just did there. And I also do not recommend doing this either. Okay, that's going to knock off all my JCBs. Please do not do this. Please do not do this. Thank you. And now if we can just get down the road. Oh, wait, there's a combine down there. Holy cow, this is interesting. Oh, hey, Dallin. Yeah, I can see your comment. How you doing? Uh-oh. Looks like we lost someone again. Anyway. Oh, I didn't... Is that a little light on the end of it, or what? Oh, that's a mirror! Oh, okay. I was like, that looks like there's a little light on the end of those, poles, but I guess it's just a mirror. Oh, okay. Yeah, now we're gonna see if we can skid around this corner without losing all the skid steers. Looks like we're good. Please don't catch up, please don't. Yes, it didn't catch on that again. That was really stinking annoying. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh! We're having people fall off. Better go get these. Come on. Okay, get off. I said get off. Thank you. Attach you there. And we're going to drive you over here so that you're out of the way now. And just set that there. And now we are going to go back. And why on earth did I think this was a good idea? I think I need another skid steer even. Let's see, there's 3 more left. And I only brought 2 skid steers, but I think there is one sitting at the shop if I remember right. Okay. Come on. Haha, let's see. Okay, put this back down. Get the log fork. And we'll just pull you over by the Challenger because why not? Oh, now I'm on top of him. Oh, that's how you tell when you have just a few too many skid steers in one area. Okay, let's grab you. Good. And we'll just park you over by all the others. Okay. And now we will grab the truck and head back to the shop for the next load. Oh, if only all I was hauling was JCBs. Okay, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Off into the wild blue yonder. So, Dallin, did you leave, or did Shredding Saw 90 leave? Oh, crap. I was looking over to see the live chat to see if anyone said anything, and I crashed into the tree, of course. Also, it looks like this stream is maybe lagging a little behind. I might have to double check my internet connection, but it looks like at least the quality hasn't completely cut out, which is a good thing because holy cow, on my old internet I couldn't even stream for 5 minutes before it would just cut out, because that would be really stinking annoying. Yeah, eventually I need to get that combine off the road. I forgot how slowly they drive till I went to drive it back to the yard. So that's great. Need to also take this bale stacker over there too, but that's like that's like on the lower end of the list. And there's my seeder and 2 semis. Those also need to go there eventually. But so far, haven't found the time to take them. And there's the cultivator. So, since we're taking over self-propelled stuff, I guess we'll take this over. And it looks like I did actually buy enough JCBs. I thought I hadn't bought enough, but it looks like I did. That's great. Oh my gosh! Instead of having 2 wheels on the back, this is now a little tricycle. That's cool. Wait a second. I think I have an extra JCB actually. I'll have to check if I can get this thing oh! Well, I guess we're going on backwards then. Yep, that's legit. I guess we'll sell this JCB because I mean I don't need it really, so we shall just put it back here and I'll sell it later. There we go. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. Right now I'm organizing vehicles for an upcoming mini-series. Yeah, that'll be coming out later today, actually, and so will Farming Sim Episode 2. But anyway, so that is not gonna fit on there. There might not be an implement small enough to fit on there. I might just have to send that trailer like it is. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Because what I've been doing is I'm shuttling everything over to the farm, because I'm going to organize it in the mini-series by basically a generalized category like forestry, animals, and one thing I noticed, like, in the shop, I don't actually know how you buy animals, because, let's see, where is it? Animals. There isn't a thing here, and there isn't any shop category that sells animals, which is really weird. So I don't know where I'll have to go to find them, but that might be another thing that we do around the end of this stream, is figure out where on earth those animals are, because I just realized I haven't seen anyone buy animals yet, because I did watch a few of the people who got the preview edition. I did watch a few of them play through like the very beginning stages of the game, but I never saw any of them. We need to cut over. Sorry car. I never saw any of them like actually get the animals. So I don't know where you get them. Does anyone know? Anyone at all? Holy cow, I can't believe we just squeezed through there. Oh, it's just probably a good thing I hadn't stuck one of those tractors with duals on it on there. I totally would have been in trouble, because in this game, the cars are basically, they don't move. They only move along their set paths, and they basically just act like bricks, like a brick wall right in front of you. And if this is too heavy, we're going to bottom out. But we didn't, which is great. Might just be that I need to go over that faster. We'll unhook that. It's probably not good on the equipment to unhook it like that, but, you know, whatever. Okay, we'll drive off the side of that. Try and keep this from tipping itself over. Okay, that is the last JCB attachment, because I decided that instead of reattaching all these attachments, I'd just buy a JCB for every single attachment. I only, slightly regret this decision now, because I've taken up a lot of unnecessary space with JCBs. But I need to stick this somewhere so I don't lose it, so I guess we'll stick it over here, because now that we're out of self-propelled stuff, we'll have to start using this tractor and those Challengers to unload everything. Oh, except I still have to unload this. Duh. Okay. And, yeah, the Silo King. I actually like the color scheme of this Silo King. I didn't really care for the color scheme of the one last year, mainly because I just downloaded a mixing station mod instead, and just use that the entire time to make all my cow feed. And interestingly enough, I've never done sheep in any version of the game, so that's another thing that we're going to try doing in my regular series pretty soon, is we're going to try to learn how to do sheep, because the sheep, well, they make, I would show you the guys the information screen where it has all the prices and stuff, but that would waste time. But basically, if canola and soybeans sell for about 1,000 per, I think it's per ton, then wool sells, I think it's per pallet, sells for $5,000 a pallet. And I don't know if it's just because maybe sheep, you have to have the pallet fork for them or what. But yeah, that's definitely quite the interesting thing to keep in mind, is how much wool sells for. And since we have the little skid loaders now, I think I'm actually going to do wool, because the main reason I never did wool in any of the past games was because it was usually wasn't very economically smart of me to try and balance two loaders between two things. And oh, I totally forgot, I took all the buffaloes down there but left the Scorpion Kings, so we're gonna move this one and we'll take it with us. And then I think we'll also take with us some of the feeding equipment, or maybe those two trailers over there. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are wondering, okay, stop there, put on the parking brakes. If you guys are wondering why there are two of these trailers, even though I said I was buying one of everything, it's because the customization for this trailer actually now lets you put bales on it. I'm guessing this is a round bale trailer just because of the way that these are, but this is basically the customized version. The customizable thing for this trailer is having a bale transport mode instead of just a regular, tree transport mode. So that's actually pretty useful, because that could give you a use for it if you don't have a good bale trailer and you get into forestry. Of course, you do have to customize it to get that, but it's not that big of a deal. Because I think it only cost about 1,000 to change that, or maybe it was 2,000 or 3,000, but it didn't cost that much comparatively. Okay, I'm having a really hard time backing up this little shredder or tree chopper. That's what it is, as a chopper. And I actually just barely tried out one of these. The problem with these is that this would have been better in FS 2015, because if you guys have noticed, all of the trees in this version are the pine trees, which are cuttable with the Scorpion King. The problem is that those are best with small branches, which pine trees don't actually have. So it's almost like they've given you a piece of equipment that they just decided would be good, but they didn't take into account the fact that it isn't actually that applicable to the trees that are most present in this version of the game. Because I mean, I guess though, if you play on the this of course is the new map, Goldcrest Valley. I guess if you played on the Gold Edition map, Sosnovica, you might have a use for it actually, because Sosnovica was full of those birch and whatever the other tree was called, but there were just two types of trees that had a ton of branches. And I think those are the trees that they have in mind that you'll be cutting down if you're using that chipper. But like I said, the problem is that this map, most of the trees, at least out around the farm especially, aren't those birch trees. They're the pine trees. There's a good look at some birch trees, but how on earth am I going to get equipment in there to harvest them? And I don't actually know if there's any limits on if you can't harvest something close to another farmer's field or not. Be interesting to know. I would suspect that with the trees though, it doesn't really care, just as long as your machinery isn't affecting their ground, because that seems like that's the way it's always been with grass and stuff, is that if you wanted to harvest grass, you could do it. Just don't you dare do it on that person's land, or else, you'll be in trouble. It was basically just don't drive on their land, and hopefully that Scorpion... Nope, that Scorpion King was way too high-centered. So it's a really good thing that the trains are controlled by us, because that totally just broke that. We'll probably leave those there, though, because I have a feeling that especially when we get into the mowers and stuff, which we haven't even touched yet, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more flying equipment the more implements that we bring down, just because this low loader is really low by default, but the more weight you put on that back tire, the lower it goes. And when it reaches a certain point, it always hits that railroad crossing. That's why we were only able to get over it after the Scorpion King had shifted its way up front more. And I do like about this low loader though that it does extend out. I should have showed you guys that, but basically the floor of this extends back and forth. And there's a few other things it does, the way that the thing unhitches in front instead of just folding down a ramp. That makes it pretty easy to load. Let me get a drink real quick. Okay, sorry, my throat was getting dry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. What I was gonna say was, I haven't really seen any other tree besides the birch trees and the pine trees on this map, though, because, I was thinking about it, and I don't think I've seen one unless they're really, really similar to pine trees. Then I could be mistaken. But I'm fairly certain I haven't seen any other tree except for pine trees and one or two birch trees. And if you're wondering why I'm pulling in that do not entry way, it's because I have all the other ways in and out clogged except for these two, and it just works better to load stuff if it's going this way, since it usually spawns it facing already going that way. I'm wondering if we should get this Joskin thing just to unbury this other Scorpion King. Actually, I think the Scorpion King, this is one of the last self-propelled things that we have, except for that truck, which is for a trailer. So I think once we put this out, we won't have any more self-propelled things to take on these trailers. And we might even have to find an alternative route. Just because if you look at that, like, those tires are so deformed right now. And I'm guessing if this was real life and you left that, like, overnight or something, it'd probably pop the tires overnight. But yeah, like, it's kind of interesting. I actually prefer, as far as, like, just moving equipment around, I usually prefer to use this little guy over, like, that other tractor that sits over there all the time. I'd actually bought it to do the job of this one, which is to back in the implements. But I've just found that this one is just a little bit more precise, so it makes it just a little bit easier to actually get the stuff on the trailer. Which would help if I could actually back up straight, which doesn't seem to be happening right now. Okay, looks like we're getting close. Holy cow, that barely fits. We might run into a little bit of problems when we start transporting other stuff. So now what I'm going to do is actually buy the trailer that truck is waiting for. Cause there's two semis, but I already bought this semi-trailer, so we should be good. And I said this earlier, but I'm not buying any modded stuff right now, because that can wait until after the main series is using modded stuff, because right now I don't think I'm using any modded stuff in my main series, just in-game vehicles. And this is all, of course, setting up to do that series. Or no, to do a mini-series. Holy cow. This is all setting up to do the main series, even though it's not even in the same world. And how does that work? Well, I don't know. Oh, here's the other low loader I was using. Didn't work very well. It was really only good for taking over those skid steer attachments. I'm also wondering if this truck can pick up like that header trailer, because that header trailer is going to be really awkward because it uses, I don't remember what this this pivoting design is, but anything that pivots like this is almost impossible to back up in an accurate way. Onto an accurate way. Oh, this does actually work, and I think, let's just see, so that semi of mine, it was going at about 40-ish, no, 80-ish, and yeah, this is actually going pretty fast too. It might be even going a little faster. The problem is that it just doesn't have the support that other truck does, so ouch. I really should have paid attention to where I was going. It's a really good thing that they don't have like damage indicators or anything, because that probably would have been bad enough if there was a damage indicator to total the truck, because like I'm rewatching it as you guys are seeing it, and there we go. I'm just about to hit it. I'm also just about to hit that. Yeah, that would have definitely probably totaled a normal truck. But let's just pull this up, and we'll just take it out of the way, and we'll probably just send it flying into the stratosphere. Uh-oh. That stupid tooltip broke something. The trailer is like completely spazzed out. Okay, there we go. It's fixed. So we're just going to pull it in here, if it will go. Just because I don't actually know what header this is best for. So for now it's going to just sit here. And we're going to have to... Oh! That actually worked out. I forgot that those are counted as a vehicle. So that worked out well. Where did I park? There's the semi. I'm like, where on earth did I park my semi? But there it is. So now we shall take it back to the farm again. Except I totally parked that New Holland in the way. And yeah, we're just about ready to do the next round of buying, because once we move out that last bit of forestry equipment and that mixer, we'll be ready to buy a lot more stuff, because what I'm doing is basically I'm buying a bunch of stuff, and then I'm clearing that stuff out, and then I'm buying more stuff, and, you know, basically rinse repeating until everything's at the farm. And then it's probably going to be another hour just to organize everything. Don't hit that. Good. Oh, now the cars are gonna stop. Oh, that could cause problems if it takes me a while to load some of the implements later on. Stop, truck. Holy cow, don't tip over, don't tip over, don't tip over, don't tip over. Okay, we are going to make an emergency pit stop. I've not actually ever had to stop this thing on the road before to fix something like this. But I think I took that corner too fast because I was too worried about that. So, I think the best thing to do is probably just re-pull in. Like, park this here. And then as far as this goes, I'll probably have to grab... I'll probably just come grab this, this JCB so it's out of the way and move it with that. Because we probably do need a vehicle near the edge of the road just in case that happens again. Because honestly, I was surprised it hadn't happened, you know, before. Anyway, let's back up to this. Okay, good. Let's get that off. And we'll just bring it down this little side road, and if we can get turned around, that'll be great. Okay, I was going to say if that garbage can is an invincible object, I will be annoyed. And we'll just leave this here. Hopefully that'll let cars still go by it so it doesn't cause a traffic jam. But now we just reconnect this and re-pull in. And if we don't hit the rock, which we are going to... That's the great thing about this trailer is you can turn on a dime with the truck and the trailer will just follow behind. So that actually moves stuff enough that now we can, you know, get stuff out of the way. So I think we're going to go get that pig one because that pig trailer is taking up at the spawning space of at least 2 other items right now, if not 3, just depending on how big they are. It would also help if I had any type of backing up skills, which I am very quickly showing that I do not have those skills. And yeah, this is just called livestock trailer. So I believe that both sizes of this trailer, which over there, that's the other size of this trailer. I believe that both sizes of them take all the 3 different types of animals. And I'm guessing that the reason that you can't buy them from the store is you have to go pick them up from a dedicated place. Oh, that's all it fits because of how low it is, I guess. Yeah, I don't think we currently have anything that's going to fit on there. Let's go into the store and buy the other stuff, though, because maybe we can find something that I missed. So we're not going to buy belt systems or pallets. I'm debating whether or not weights are worth it. Yeah, they're not really because they're kind of on a case-by-case basis. We already have that. We could buy more header trailers, though. Though they aren't actually that useful to me. But we'll do it because I said I'd test everything. And when I said I'd test everything, I meant I'd test everything. Of course, I do kind of wish it would tell you, like, the recommended length of the headers. And I just really hope that these have straps on them like the other wagons do. We're not going to buy these dollies just because they've been in the game forever. We need to buy the other leveler because I only bought the foldable one. Oh, this has 2 attachers. Oh, you can put it on a wheel loader. Does the other one have that? No, the other one doesn't. So I guess this is why this one could be better, is because it could go on a wheel loader. I'll have to remember to mention that. In fact, maybe we'll buy both versions, and I'll show it off, because I know if I don't buy, like, both versions of these, and I'm not going to buy, like, every version of every tractor, just in case you guys were wondering. I'm just buying things that you may not know had a different version, and I'm also debating buying these universal buckets and stuff, because I didn't buy the manure fork or the universal bucket, but that's 2 more JCBs. So I think for now we're going to wait, and if I want... Actually, no, wait. I'm testing everything. I totally just... I'm like, I don't need this. Oh, wait, yeah, you're testing everything. Except unless... I'm not testing stuff that we've had before, I should clarify. Like that thing, whatever it's called. Holy cow, what's it called? I just barely said it. The dolly. Yeah, I'm not testing the dolly just because I already know that it works as intended. And it's not that impressive. Now we're gonna buy these. So we do have some more self-propelled stuff to use. And we're gonna need multiple of these, but we'll probably buy the JCBs. Just because they are the nicer of the three. And we have one attachment for them so far, 2. And we might even go pull out that other trailer and use it to take the attachments. 3, 4, 5. It looks like there's 6 of them, so maybe we'll just buy 2 of each. But I think we're just gonna buy 3 more. Holy cow, I can't talk. I think we're gonna buy 3 more of these ones just because I like them the most. And okay, 1 more. Okay, good. So now we have all of those, and now we have done everything up to here. So next, I guess, would be wheel loaders, which only have 4 attachments, but they have 2 tractors, and we have no more space. So that's perfect, actually, because that means that we need to move all this new stuff before we can fit more stuff. So that actually works, because we were just about to go on to wheel loaders, and now we aren't going to be in between. And the JCBs, we'll stick all of the self-propelled loaders and stuff on their respective heads, and then we'll take them over on the next load. But I think one of these skid steers might fit on that load, so we'll probably take it over and look. Or those 2 silage things would probably fit. Oh, that does mean I need an extra front loader, though, because it did say that was a wheel loader attachment that it has on the front of it, and I did not go up to that straight at all. Holy cow, that was probably the least straight I've ever drove one of these things. Okay, I think we should be barely good enough. But we're gonna finish doing these just so that they're out of the way, because these take up a ton of space if you just leave them as is. Okay, buy that. Good. And yeah, all we need to do is really attach them for now, and then we'll just pull them out. The other reason I like the other one more than these ones, by the way, as far as telehandlers go, is that this one is what's the word? Bidirectional. That's what the word is when you have that bend in the middle. I like bidirectional tractors more than those ones, just because I know how they work. Like, I understand how they are supposed to move because I've actually driven them in real life, so I can actually do them pretty good in this game, because they're pretty good about following how they're supposed to act in real life. And I almost was like, where's the other thing for the 4th loader? But there it is, on the other side of these 2. The one thing I also like about them is if like, say that the thing was dropped off here, but I pulled in over here, I can just hold and turn over to here to get the next piece of equipment, which is nice for attaching because you don't have to be as spot on. But they also aren't quite as accurate to drive either, so they each have their upsides and downsides. Let's just see. So this one, that's not the 3-point hook, this is the 3-point hook. Okay, so we'll get, okay, those would, wait a second, would these hook on? They would actually hook on to one of these, so I'm going to really quickly buy another one of those, and then we'll attach that one to our New Holland, and we should have everything that we need from this entire side, because placeables are going to be used on an as needed basis. And the ones, yeah, see, this one only has birch, maple, and oak, and I know for a fact that I haven't seen any maple trees, or maybe I might have seen oak trees, but I couldn't tell what they were. So yeah, let's go grab this over here. This is looking more like a machine graveyard than a shop right now. I mean, like, because everything's just sitting around. Oh wait, these ones do unfold too. I thought only the other one unfolded. Huh. I don't know. Interesting. Well, that's weird. Oh, here it is. I was like, where on earth did it put it? But it put it right there, so here we go. Pull it over here. Attach. Oh, that is the wrong type of attacher. Well, I guess this one's going into the graveyard with... What happened? Oh, there's that skid loader I put in the graveyard. I guess it didn't really need to go here, but it's kind of too late for it now because I've already bought a new skid loader. So now let's grab this, and now we can start taking this load down. And that trailer, okay, that trailer actually shouldn't cause us any major problems. For a second I thought I had somehow pulled it in like forward instead of backing it in, and I was gonna say there's no way I can get that trailer off since I've put it in that way, but nope. What's your deal? Did that like hit a flower pot or something? I don't know what that hit, but it's a good thing that those JCBs are light because that sucker needed to move. Oh, that's gonna mess up that trailer. Oh yeah, this has messed up the road. I should really move this truck. That's what I mean by if it takes a while, you get messed up if you do things a certain way. Okay, we'll move that out of the way, and now traffic can continue so I can get out of here. Because the other problem is this thing makes such wide turns that even if I didn't have that there with the log stuff on it, I still would have to turn on this. And it looks like that stupid thing's about to fall off. I wonder... I have an idea. What if we hit it with the level while we're waiting for the traffic to go through? What if we hit it with this level? So we'll just lift up the level and then we'll come tap it on the side and see if that'll keep it on the trailer. Because I can't figure out why on earth it fell off in the first place. Except it's not pivoting where it needs to be pivoting. It's supposed to be like moving right here. That might be because the JCB is right there though. So we'll move that. And then we'll move this. And I guess if it does fall off, we can always move it with that JCB that I have sitting over there. So we'll move that out of the way. And now we shall go because the road is clear. So yeah, if we make it all the way with this, it'll be a miracle. And now it'll be even more of a miracle because I wasn't paying attention and hit that street light. So, and now it's, yeah, we've lost it. So, new plan is we're going to load the rest of the skid loaders right here. Because I am not going to have two loads in a row where it doesn't even work to take them back. So, we're just going to... Oh, we can bring the Scorpion King, actually, because it doesn't need to sit here if we can reload it. I think it just wreaks havoc on stuff. To pull out of that yard, though, is the problem. But if you load it here, then you also clog up traffic, so that's kind of the trade-off. And now let's get this out of here before... Actually, that pig trailer might keep people over there, actually, now. Because they won't be able to get past it. But that's not really my problem. So, what do you guys think of the stream so far? Is it pretty good quality? Because it looks like it's working okay on my end. I'm just wondering how it's going on, if it's, you know, actually receiving right on your guys' end. And anyway, I still need to buy all these fields. I've debated stopping to buy them, but I'm afraid that if I did that, it would just cause trouble, because slowing down at all with the equipment on the back of this is like taking your life in your hands, and I knew that would happen eventually. I was kind of honestly amazed that this stream's been going as long as it has without that getting hit. And of course, this stupid Scorpion is so heavy that it hits everything. And if we can drag it up the hill, that'd be great. And if we can't, then I'll unload it right here, like this. That's the thing I really like about this is this loader is if something does fall off, you just do this. You don't have to like scream and cry. Like if it fell off that orange loader, holy cow, you'd usually have to reset it to get it to unfreeze. And now, like, if you didn't know, when you reset something, it goes back to the shop. So I can't even imagine what would happen if you for some reason had the shop full. And then if you had to reset something, you'd probably be, like, up a creek without a paddle, because you'd have to go move something, and maybe it's like your main tractor for moving stuff is what you got stuck. That would be, like, the worst possible situation. We'll go put this here. That'll fit there. Okay, that's good. I just barely got a chance to read that the stream's only frozen once, which was great. And I'm betting when it was when I could tell that it was a few seconds behind. Or when was it actually? Because I don't know. Yeah, YouTube works in strange ways sometimes. But anyway, now we go back again. Hopefully, where we're now just doing a bunch of self-propelled stuff, we can get trailer load after trailer load. I also find it funny how darn slow these in-game cars drive, when most of the drivers in my area usually don't care if the speed limit is 55. They'll be going 85 anyway. Just got a drink, so throat's not quite so dry anymore. Yeah. I really should grab that combine. But I know that the header won't fit on the back of this is the problem, and we almost missed the turnoff. It's just good that there wasn't a lamppost anywhere. Because we almost hit that lamppost, but it was just barely out of the way enough. I guess we'll just pull this out over here. I don't really know where to set it because I didn't turn it the right way. I think we'll see if we can get this loaded, though. Just because it doesn't really need to be up here, because it's one of the only implements left up here. And it should just be able to sit up here. And then even if it does fall off, it's not that big of a deal. So we shall just set this down and try not to knock it off. Okay, I really think they need to add, like, in the whenever they release, like, their periodic update that they do once they've found some of the bugs, they need to make it so that these have tie-down straps, because holy cow, that would be helpful. Let's see, can I put this down, or is it going to hit that? I think we're good to put this down. About right there. Okay, good. And I think if we back it in, we should be able to fit this one on. Hiya! I am ready to pick up bales. I mean logs. That's what that is a log fork. Not a bale fork, it's a log fork. And there we go. That actually fits pretty good, actually. Oh yeah, if it froze near the beginning, I just barely read the comment, by the way. But yeah, if it froze near the beginning, it was most likely just YouTube getting it all set up. Because beyond the beginning, it's usually my internet that causes the problems. And sometimes it is YouTube, though. But not most of the time, it's usually my internet. Because my internet it's not absolute junk anymore, but it's also not the best internet I've ever seen. So let's get around this corner. That'll actually block traffic from almost hitting us on that road now, because I just thought of that. Traffic that's coming the way that we're driving right now can't actually turn right, so that's actually kind of a good thing. Still kind of a bad thing, though. And I just barely noticed that I might have actually bumped that guy, a few minutes ago, or quite a while ago, when I went right in between the two cars on the center line. I was like, oh, that was such great skills from me. But I just realized that might have just been pure lucky coincidence. But I don't know. I'm not the expert on that. Let's see. So let's try and drift around this corner. And I'm hoping, since we don't have that heavy of a load, we'll be... Oh, we weren't fine, but we at least got over it. Like, how do you remember how many loads it's been since we actually brought the trailer all the way up here, instead of either stopping at the shop or stopping somewhere else to fix something? I want to see if you guys remember, because I don't remember anymore. I know it's been at least 2, though. But let's put you here. Oh, here's the other leveler, by the way, right here. I got in the wrong thing. I wanted to get in the Challenger. There we go. That was just bugging me how it had it up like that, because it didn't look very natural. We better lift that up just in case. And I think we're good to just keep piling vehicles over here. I guess if we're not, I'll find out later. Okay, there we go. And if I can get out... Where'd I put my little blue tractor? There you are, little blue. We need you, finally. This tractor hasn't been used in quite a while, actually. So... Okay, there we go. Now all we have to do is see if this tractor can attach to that, which it can't, so we are going to put one of our JCBs to use and give it just a little nudge, except actually the telehandler might actually be just a little bit better, but all we need to do is nudge it so that it's in range. And these don't even have any type of extendables, so that was a dumb idea. Yeah, I'll have to go grab one of the other things. So we'll just grab this other telehandler that's sitting over here and bump it just enough that we should be able to get it to connect. Okay, turn on a dime, hit that, and let's see if that's enough, because if it isn't... Oh, there we go. Lift that up. Good. It probably didn't help that I had it set all the way down when I took it off. And for now, we'll put that over there. Of course, it's going to be in the way, but, you know, if it wasn't in the way, where'd be the fun in that? And I guess since that's home got taken up, we'll just put it here. And now we're good to go back to the shop. Holy cow, we're actually making pretty good time, considering I thought, let's see what time it is, on 3:33. I thought it would take a considerable amount longer to do the amount of work that we've done so far. I'm even going to set the cruise control. I haven't even set the cruise control on this truck the entire time. And I also took my hand off the keyboard, so that didn't help. And yeah, this is actually working pretty well. I'm impressed. I just hope that the mini-series is worth it, because... Oh my gosh, if the mini-series doesn't at least get 1 view a video, which most of my videos are at least getting that now, I'll be like, no, and then I'll die. Just kidding. It'll be more like, well, that was a gigantic waste of time. But I've done other things in the past that have been even bigger wastes of time. Holy cow. Oh, and that jaw skin is blocking that. I am so sorry, pedestrian. You are now a dead estrian. A dead estrian. That sounds like a dead person of some nationality. Is there an Estrian nationality? I don't think so. I know there's like an Aryan society or something, but I don't know if there's an... I don't know. I'm probably saying really stupid stuff. And this, you can't climb that. That was about my only hope of loading possibly 3 of these on, but I guess we can make do just loading 2. I almost wish there was a way to like chain these together so that you could have one of these trailers on the back of another trailer and then just do that, because that would be pretty stinking cool. There we go. And there's no way I'm fitting anything right there, so I guess we'll just get the truck. And in fact, since we're getting stuff that is self-propelled, I probably don't even need to park the truck that far out of the way, because I'm not trying to back it in, I'm just maneuvering the self-propelled thing on it. Because this truck backing up is quite annoying when you have to do it this often. And here we go. I really should just buy like the Holmer or one of those big pieces of equipment that needs a header trailer like that, just to move those header trailers out, because I have a feeling that they're going to stay bunched there forever. And I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, and I think I just noticed that I think that the little dots on the map that like mean your machinery, I think they're color coded to correspond to some of the different things. Also, you guys might have heard something because I took off my headphones, because it's nice to listen to the game sounds, but it was also like making my ears sweat, which is not a good feeling because it feels really, really weird. Anyway, don't get stuck. Good, we didn't get stuck. That's nice. Now, though, I'm talking and I can hear my own voice better, and it feels really weird to listen to my own voice right now. Just because I haven't been able to hear it clearly since I started live streaming. I think it's been over an hour. Does anyone know how long I've been live streaming? Because for some reason, XSplit tells me like everything I could ever want to know except how long I've been live streaming. If it's over 2 hours, I might consider stopping the stream for a second and then restarting it, just so the video doesn't take as long for YouTube to process. Anyway, but that's just an idea. I probably wouldn't do it just because that would require effort, and I really don't like waiting for my stream XSplit to restart, because it just takes forever. But anyway, the next thing we're going to do is, I think there was at least 3 of those wheel loaders left, so we're gonna go get those, and I'm gonna take a drink real quick while we're driving. Don't drink and drive, kids, unless it's water or maybe soda, but probably don't drink anything else, especially carbonation, because I cannot imagine what would happen if someone was driving and they like somehow their can had gotten shaken up but they didn't know it, and then they opened it and it would explode everywhere. Actually, that'd be kind of funny to see. Of course, it wouldn't be funny for the owner of the car because their car would be full of soda, but it would be hilarious for YouTube. Anyway, let's put this guy on first. We're gonna see if we can squeeze the JCB and these two onto this one trailer, just because I really don't want to have to bring another trailer for one JCB. But we're gonna put on this first because we know that 2 of these will fit. We don't know if 2 of these in a JCB. I should just call them skid steers, but I keep calling them JCBs, even though these are from the same brand, which is JCB. Holy cow, that was great. Okay, drive straight. Straight, I said straight. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I see the skid loader fitting on, but we'll give it a try. Oh, it's been an hour, okay. Sorry I keep being like 5 or 10, it's not 5 or 10 minutes, but like a few, like half a minute after I ask a question and I respond to the answer. And that's just because I usually forget that I asked the question until I happen to glance over at the thing, and then usually someone said, "What time it's been? Been an hour." So I think we're good. YouTube should be able to process this in a decent time. Oh, yes! No! Crap, that screwed it up worse. That screwed it up bad. Let's see if we can get that one JCB to load still. Let's see if we can also hit the other JCB over. Okay, it's just about to go. Good. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted. Holy cow, this is a very bad idea. I would not recommend doing it at home. And I probably should have unhooked the trailer. That'll probably help the situation. Let's see. Okay, so I think what I need to do is do this and then back up a little so it's not on too much of either side. And now I think we're good, and I'm going to pull up the skid loader just a little because it looks like it's about to fall off. Put that there. And this way, if they slide a little bit, we won't be in trouble. Because I think that one of those loaders and one of either the cranes or that mixer will fit. So we should be good. I'm just really not looking forward to backing up those cranes. That's why I kind of keep procrastinating it. But away we go now. Haha. Flying into space. That's what my JCBs did. I'm not a good composer at all. Why do I not just set the speed control? I'm like, I need water, but I don't want to hold the button. Oh wait, there's cruise control. Oh yeah. Ah, crap. I splashed water on my glasses. That's not water. My glasses fogged up the second I splashed water near my face. That's an interesting thing I've never had happen before. I honestly thought that this low loader would be a little bit longer, but I think that's just the side of me that doesn't really want to be low loading anymore, telling me that and blaming the low loader instead of my harebrained idea. I will say though that it is a very efficient method of unloading them if you just totally let the trailer drop and then let them slide. It's not good on them. Like, this would totally damage any real life vehicle, but so would most of my other methods that I use in Farming Sim to get things done faster. Okay, there we go. Park that there, because we need that blue tractor to be available to pick up those the feeder. Go. Let's go! Ha ha ha! This road is so muddy already. Holy cow! I am amazed that we have not got hung up on that light post yet. I think it's just because I'm used to where it is, so I don't quite get hung up on it, even though I almost do. It's like really, really close. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I just looked over to see if anyone had said anything in the comments. And I also noticed that there's an elapsed timer next to the view count. Or the watching people count. And I was like, oh. Well, I wish I would have known that about 8 minutes ago. Okay, we're sliding in. I forgot that was there. So you are going to load yourself. You just load yourself, and you'll be good right there. So now we'll load this, and then we'll pull the trailer the rest of the way in. Don't worry. Holy cow! Did you guys see that? It like flew. It like jumped up and decided to take flying lessons today. Okay, no more flying lessons for you. You stay right there. Okay, now we just gotta back up and get that reattached, and then we're good. Ha 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 ha. Okay, stop that. That slid a little. That's okay. Pull this over here. I'm trying to decide which one we want to take first. I think we're going to grab the feed mixer just because it's been sitting there. Like, it's been here the same amount of time as everything else, but it's more in the way. And yeah, I really should just move a bunch of this stuff. Uh-oh, I lost everyone watching. I hope his computer didn't crash. Uh-oh, come on. Come on. Come on, back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay, that's good. Yes! Hardy, hardy, har. Now all we have left is these 2 cranes and the whatchamacallits over there and this thing. Okay, come on, back up, back up. Thank you. Welcome whoever just joined the stream. I'm not sure if it's Shredding Saw 90 or someone new, but thanks for watching. I am off. Oh, and then they left. I must have scared them away. Oh, he is still here. That's good. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, please don't flip out. Please don't flip out. I would not like that. I would not like that one bit. Don't hit the lamppost. And maybe we're not very lucky. Wait, wait, wait. You flippin' idiot, you hit my truck. I can't believe you. So, the new plan is we're going to get these to the point where it's not quite fallen off, and we're going to see if we can at least drag it over closer to the tractor that can come pick it up. Oh my, don't you dare, you jerk! No! Okay, we're only going about a solid 21 kilometers an hour, which is who knows how many miles per hour. But oh, if you've been there the whole time, I think that my the view counter must be wigging out, because it keeps saying that there's only one person watching. That's why I was saying that. But anyway, we're gonna have to go so slowly to keep that on. Oh no, we're speeding up because it's falling off. Holy cow, I kind of don't care if it falls off, but then at the same time, if it falls off this far away from the store, it's gonna cause a traffic jam. And it just fell off all the way. But we'll at least get this to the farm. Then we can go back and reload those other ones, because the problem with implements is, since they have no parking brakes, they don't really stay on whatsoever at all. Okay, got a drink of water. I probably should brake, except now that's gonna slide the JCB off. Okay. Okay, that doesn't... I can't tell if that has a back hook on it. Oh, it does have a back hitch on it. I was gonna say, maybe I could have pulled the trailer with this, but that probably would have been pushing my already pretty bad luck. So we're not even gonna unhook the tractor. That's not a tractor, that's a truck. We're not even gonna unhook the truck this time. We're just gonna back off and then drive over here and then go, because that totally messed up that. Okay, come on, restart. Thank you. Okay, keep going. Good. Set the cruise control, and now we sit back and relax. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not fart. I'm telling you why. I totally just messed up that song. Oh, that's great. Well, what other stuff can I butcher today? I wonder if I slam into that trailer going this fast, if it'll move it out of the way enough that it won't block traffic anymore. Because I think I spy with my little eye some traffic being blocked by my trailer. I must have hit the curb or something, because all of a sudden I slowed down a ton. Urgh! Okay, that's out of the way enough. Now, I just need to get this truck out of the way before they start driving. Okay, feel free to go, my people. I might see if one of the trucks can drag that, though it looks like they can't. Which is going to be annoying, because that means that I'll either have to reload it on the road, or just leave it there until I can get a tractor there. Okay, unhook that. Great. Stick this over here. We're going to save the game. You know what? We're going to save the game because I just thought, what if my power goes out and I lose all this progress? I would be so mad. So I guess we're going to load the bale trailer first. I thought we were going to load the other trailer first, but, you know, things happen now and again. Like me not being able to back up worth a crap. That's the other problem with like trying to pack things in the way I was trying to pack them in, is if there's any problems with their hitboxes colliding, you'll know them when it goes to hook up, because it forces stuff to move out of the way. And this is not gonna fit, but we might just move it out of the way enough that we can spawn in the next wave of items. And then we'll just park over here and we can pull through the next time. Actually, we'll leave this here because this is a kind of just a good thing to haul. Not on its own, but with short things. So this one needs the big bucket wheel loaders that we're going to be doing next. And all of these that I can see look like they can be pulled with a truck. So I'll probably just bring that white truck if we can tab to it. It should be coming up any second. There it is. Okay, so we're actually gonna move this because it needs to be in about the same general area. So we'll just turn around real quick and then put that there. And now we'll go back for those other trailers, or at least we're gonna move them out of the way enough at least that we can spawn in the next wave. I don't know if we'll actually bring each one of them here right now, just because it takes absolutely forever to do that. Sorry if I don't talk for a second, I'm just stretching my neck, because my neck is hurting today. I don't know why. There we go. Got a drink of water, that helped. And holy cow, I was almost to the store when I got my drink of water. I probably should have paid a little bit closer attention, but at least I didn't totally crash into everything. So, okay, we're gonna move this out of the way, and we'll stick it over here. Just leave it over there. And then we're also gonna get the other one, but that Homer trailer, if we can avoid it, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna put the Homer header on it, just so that it's so that we use the trailer, because I just realized some of the more awkward headers I may as well have tried to use that on, but I didn't, so it's too late now. But it isn't too late to buy this, and we'll just buy the Homer because the Homer is the only thing that can actually move it. So we'll buy this, yes, no upgrades, and we'll just really quickly load that on. And I want to know if these trailers have ratchet straps, because that was my problem with them in the last game, was that they didn't really, you could buy them, but they didn't really actually keep anything where you wanted it. So here's the Homer Pterodos. This is definitely getting driven down the road. Let's see, I need to change left control V. Oh, Y. Okay. Left control Y. Y. I want turn steering. Okay, turn steering is better because I can actually get it to do this. Like I said, though, I don't know how to use this header trailer, like, at all. I usually just carry the headers around on the front of the combines. But there are some that are too big to do that with, I guess. Like this guy might be too big, I guess. Oh, it can fold. That would probably help. Okay, let's see if I get the truck and stick it on if we have any. We don't have any ratchet straps options, right? What am I entering? I'm guessing that'd be entering the Homer. Yeah, so no ratchet straps or anything, even though it looks like this should be a place for ratchet straps. So I guess let's go grab the truck and see if that gives us any options. Because, like I said, if I don't have to, I usually don't buy header trailers. Just because I don't use them. Because once I get it out of the shop, I usually never take its header off unless I have a corn header or something. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to make myself look like a giant fool. So at least with the truck, it doesn't give you any options. And it actually slows down the truck quite a bit. But it does look like it somehow... It does look like it at least locks down the Homer a little bit, because when it kind of did that jump, it didn't jump as much as it would have if it wasn't being secured at all. So maybe these have like an automatic system where it keeps it on unless the harvester is trying to have it attach. And that makes me wonder. So this does have a thing on the back. So to take this down the road, could we just stick this on the back and then have that be good? Let's see. Well, if I don't do that to it, it probably would be better. Come on. Okay. Slow down. Oh, that's awesome. I'm guessing that's the reason that this exists, but, you know, it's still pretty fun. But we're not going to take that right now, because we still need to buy more vehicles, because now that we have everything out of the way except for that, which we need to buy something to haul it out with, we can go on another buying frenzy. This time we can start with wheel loaders, which they have 4 of them. I already did wheel loaders, didn't I? Wait a second. No, I didn't. I didn't do wheel loaders yet. Okay. I had a brain fart there. No worries. No worries. Just minor brain farts. Plus, I can check here to see if I bought it. And yeah, brain fart made me forget about that little tiny detail. So yeah, we'll just buy one of every single one of these. And now for these, we're going to buy one of these and 4 of these, because it's new, I believe, or it was a DLC in the last game, and I like it, or at least I like the way it looks in the shop. Next is forestry equipment. I should have bought one of everything. We'll just double check though. Yes. I have 2 of those, 1 of those. Okay, we're good. And like I said, not doing modded stuff, so we're good. I already have all the chainsaws. Baling technology is what we need next. This trailer is going to be used for transporting pallets, so it's actually going to stay here for quite a while. Already have the Arcuzan. It's tipped over on the road somewhere behind this shop, because of an old route that I was taking in the actual episode that this is after. Let's see, I'm sorry if you couldn't hear me. I kind of leaned away from the microphone. But yeah, now we'll get a bale wrapper. And a roll belt, which is what we are currently using in the series. And next is the Arcuzan. I already have that. It's sitting over there. And I already took that over, so we're good. Loading wagons. Funnily enough, I almost never actually use loading wagons, even though they're a pretty good idea for early game silage. I just don't do it for some reason. Because, yeah, they collect hay or straw, and it can also be filled with chaff, which means chopped stuff. For some reason, I've played this game for 3 years, or for three iterations, and never realized that chaff is the chopped product, because that's just not what anyone around here calls it at all. That's like not even close to what we call it here. We just call it chop. Yeah, very, very original name. Or silage or haylage, depending on what was chopped. Silage is corn, haylage is hay. And we don't have enough room for the Laley Big Boy. That's not what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. So we'll move these JCBs out of the way enough to get that attached. I think for the sake of looks and my OCD that I have very, very slightly, we're going to stick this on this and move this. Oh, and there's our Laley thing over there. I forgot I totally bought the big Laley windrower. So we actually have one of everything. And I think I bought one of the biggest... I guess I didn't buy one of the biggest tedders. I totally thought I did. But next is tedders. But not yet. Oh, crap. Ola. We might see if that little bale wrapper will fit on there, because I realized there is no way that this is fitting on. And I also noticed the JCB is huge compared to that little sucker. I can't believe that little sucker was the only thing we had to use all of last year. That was just annoying. I wanted the New Holland, not that. I was like, why on earth am I not moving yet? Oh, that's why. Anyway, let's go over here. I overshot it just a little bit. Get the bale wrapper. I said get the bale wrapper. There it goes. And now we attempt to load it and hope that it goes better than the bale hauler that I tried hauling a while ago, which is currently tipped over near the semis. I think you can just... Yep, there it is, over there. Okie dokie, so now hopefully this won't cause problems. I'm guessing it's going to, but you know, that's what we're all about here, is problems, problems, problems. Making things fly when they really shouldn't. Also, I've tried to keep from opening that that be right back screen, because every time I use it, like YouTube for some reason decides that that's the thumbnail for the video, is be right back. And I'm like, YouTube, I used that for 1 minute and it's now the thumbnail. Great. Anyway, we're gonna pass this guy. I don't remember what the key binding for the turn signals is. Oh wait, I think I discovered it again. It's like the number keys on the number pad. Let's see. There they are. Hey, what does 2 do then? 2 must be... How on earth? What on earth did I do? Okay, so that side's flashing. Good. Holy cow, I almost missed the turn off. That was a little bit too close. Power through! Hey, that worked. And now slow down and slide. There we go. It looks like that slid off, and I might have put this tractor in a very bad place. But, we're good, actually. Okay. I said, okay. Okay, good. Now we shall put you up here, because you're vaguely related to that. Ouch. Anyway, next what we shall have to do is stick on this bale trailer. if I can get lined up right, which of course kind of took a few tries, or one try. That's pretty well the same thing. Anyway, try not to hit into that. I'm gonna have to start coming up with more creative places to put things soon. And we shall park over here so that hopefully we don't get trapped in by sliding material again. So now we shall get the wagon. I totally forgot what it was called. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, you junk. There we go. Okay. For some reason it didn't want to go properly, so yeah, that was interesting. And now we put the pedal to the metal. Holy cow, I almost just put my phone to the floor because I accidentally hit it and it almost went on the floor. But I caught it on my knee, so all is good and well. And it's actually kind of nice not having a camera, because now I can recline in my chair, and as long as I just talk a little bit louder and then talk a little bit softer when I'm near the microphone, I'm hoping that you guys can't notice a whole big difference, but I guess if you do, tell me and I'll adjust for it. But anyway, why on earth is there such a huge line of cars here? That is weird. I cannot figure out why on earth they were lined up like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Put that there. And I think if we put that there, we'll be okay. Because all we're gonna load is we're gonna just for a minute do these. So let's see if we can get out. Good. Anyway, next we're gonna pick up this. Good. I really should go in these in order so that I can just tab through them. Oh, that was really tilted. I wonder why. Okay, tilt up. Oh, nuts. I guess that's the good thing about having them like this, is that you can load them even like that. I didn't really want to, but I kind of have to. Maybe I can use this big silage fork, though, to nudge it into place. Okay, nudge you. Well, that debatably made it better, debatably made it worse. Okay, down and up. Good. Phew, crisis not averted. Anyway, back to the drawing board, I guess. I guess we'll just hook it up with it all the way extended out. I said all the way extended out. There we go. 'Cause, yeah, we'll just force it to do what we want. There we go. Yay, so now all the JCBs are hooked up. And they actually sound, like, really, really good. I like them. This trailer can be moved because it's going to stay a while, so we may as well move it out of the way. And we'll pull it over by the JCB because they're going to be used for loading pallets. So this can come over here. Sorry, little JCB. And I guess we'll have to figure out how to get him out of there in a minute. Put that over there. And I guess we'll load this guy first, since he's kind of in the way of pulling out right now, as is. And we'll put those up. Holy cow, these guys have some kick to them. That guy didn't want to stop. I had to, like, really hit the brakes to get him to stop. Okay. Now if we don't silage fork this guy, we'll be good. I think that might barely work. Barely, 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 barely. Here we go. Turn a little bit. Turn a little bit more. Okay, I think we be good. Now just don't hit the other JCBs or the Lieber, and we're good. Ha ha ha. Also, I gotta watch just a little bit careful about the lampposts and stuff because of that silage fork, because it sticks up and out a lot. Holy cow, we are tipping to one side quite a bit. Hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues. It has decreased our maximum speed by a lot, but I think it's okay. They're not fully tipping off just because they can't slide very easily. And look at that, another procession of cars. That is just weird. I wonder what causes that. I would have no clue, but I don't know. Maybe somebody out there knows. Anyway. Oh, we're finally burning fuel. I commented, I don't know if it was in the live stream, but I commented at least during the episode that it didn't seem like this truck was burning fuel very fast, but now we're burning it now that we're going back and forth so many times, and I know we're gonna hit that, and we're gonna hit it hard. Yep. Oh, but we made it over and we didn't even lose. Okay, well, we lost one wheel, but that's better than losing a full half side of that. Plus, now we'll just come in nice and slow, moseying along, even though I have the pedal to the metal. And then we'll drop that off and come over here. Because since they are self-propelled, we don't really need to worry about trying to back in. The question now is where to put them that they won't be in the way. I guess we'll park this one over by this little crane. There we go. And I guess we'll put the other one sort of over here because we have a space that we're slowly filling in, but it's not quite filled in yet. So we'll just put this here, raise that a little. There we go. Little JCB, big JCB. It's like a little brother and big brother. Holy cow. I cannot believe I said little brother. That was weird. And I'm trying to go the wrong way. Okay, come on. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Now we get out of here. It's a really good thing that we have these alternate camera views, or I would never get any of this stuff hooked up. We're gonna nudge you over there just a little bit. Oh, I hit the lamppost and a tree. Can we go in between the lamppost and the tree? I can, the trailer can't. Great, that's wasted a few seconds. Not anything too major, but you know, it's a few seconds here, a few seconds there, and then all of a sudden it's midnight, and I was pushing the turn button instead of the gas button. There we go, set the cruise control. I'm a lot safer to just set the cruise control at this point after wrecking, what, twice in like a minute? Okay. Moving this because the stinking my microphone's like migrated like an inch closer to my face, so I had to push it back. Hopefully it didn't cause like too much interference with you guys. Yeah. Oh, also, is the audio pretty well balanced in this live stream? Because it's extremely hard for me on my end to tell how good the audio is. But it's obviously a lot easier for the people watching the stream to tell how the audio is. I almost said something that would have made me sound pretty stupid, but I didn't say it, which is good. Go away, hand tool. The only problem with having 4 saws is that if you select anything, then they all go crazy. Anyway, we should be fine to load 2 of these again, because the only real problem that we had was with that railroad track, which has been the main problem for quite a while now. Anyway, so let us do this. Holy cow. Okie dokie. And park it there, I guess, since it can't go any more forward. And now we go backward. Okay, first time. Okay, good. So now it's tilting to the other side. Great. I don't know if there's any way to keep it from tilting like that. I think it's just that I have so much weight and it's quite unbalanced. So yay! Now what we're gonna do though is we're gonna move this other JCB. We're gonna move it out of the way and we're gonna buy as much like tethers and stuff as we can, because now we should be pretty well just done with the implements that we have to spawn 20 of. So now we're on to our tethers, so we'll spawn one of these. And I think that also means, unfortunately, that we're pretty well out of self-propelleds until we start getting to the combines, because I was thinking about it and we probably should do the combines too, which was something I hadn't planned on doing, but I think it would be cool. So buy this. Good. Buy this. I said buy this. Buy this. Good. And next. Good. I think we're about out of space, but I think we should be able to fit these two, I hope. Please, one more. One more. Please. No, dang it. Okay, so after we remove one, then we can buy the biggest one of those. So yeah, but now we gotta try and get this. Now we gotta try and get this down there without wrecking it. So that's gonna be a fun experiment because it's practically already wrecked. At this point, it's just seeing how wrecked it's gonna be because we're already almost losing them, which is not ideal. Not ideal. I feel slightly insulted. I'm only going 4 miles per hour. So I guess what we're going to do is take one of them off. I can't. New plan is take one of them off and then reposition both of them and just hope that it was, and then try and park one of them on one extreme side and the other on another extreme side. Don't you dare hit into my trailer, you dirtbag. I can see you thinking about it with your AI mind. Thinking, oh, I'll just hit into this trailer. It'll be so funny. So I think if we get this guy as close as he can be without getting off, and then we do this guy as close as can be on the other side, we might have it almost sort of kind of balanced. And yeah, we'll try that now. If that doesn't work, I guess we can always pull out the older, but I believe that orange one is a lot more stable than this one. But also if something got tipped over on it, it'd be almost impossible to recover without a reset. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But, oh crap, we're leaning to this side again, to the right. But, I guess at least we don't have any big turns coming up for a while. I'm just gonna have to set the cruise control though, because it's gonna be dreadfully boring if I don't. I was gonna say I could just watch it from the inside view, but then I realized I probably need to know if I completely lose it. Yeah, that'd be wise. Anyway, oh, I'm completely out of water. That's great. Well, I guess I'll do without. So I guess if you get up to speed enough, it just lets you go. I'm gonna let the weight of the drag of the weight slow me down though, because I'm afraid that if I hit my brakes, it's gonna become unbalanced again. And I know that this is probably gonna fling one of them off the trailer when I hit this at high speeds. Holy cow, I've never had it hit that forward on the trailer before. Holy cow, we are basically dragging half of that other JCB thing. Or the lever. Okay, move. Watch out. Sorry about that, Mr. Sign. I guess we'll just unload these right here and just be glad that we only have one left at the farm, at the store. Not the farm, we are at the farm, we are not at the store. Okay, it's not even very late, but it feels like very late just because I have all my windows closed. So it feels darker than it is, which is silly. So now we back up, and I guess we can try just backing up out of here and then turning around, which should work. Yep, there we go. So now we shall go back to the shop. Once again, much dirt on this road. Oh, that's weird, I just noticed. It, like, waits until the very end of, like, it only does it to the back set of tires, because no dirt came off of the truck tires, but a whole bunch of dirt came off of the trailer tires, which is interesting, and that must be how they get around, like, if you have, like, 15 sets of wheels, because maybe, like, they're worried. I don't know. It's probably to keep the game optimized, just so it actually runs smooth. And I'm actually surprised with how well this game runs, just on all buffed out, on all, like, all the highest settings. Don't know why on earth I got all buffed out. That was interesting choice of words. Come on. There we go. I was gonna say drive, you piece of junk. It's actually, I think that these are probably the best loaders in the game. Just because I'm kind of poisoned against the wheel loaders. No, the telehandlers, that's what they are. Just because telehandlers have never been that good for me. They've never worked that well. Like, they're okay, but I would definitely much rather not use a telehandler if I have the option. And now we get to the interesting things to load, which is the side mowers. And yes, this should be interesting. Let's see if we can buy that other mower before I forget and go off without it. Yes, okay, so it basically just now took up the space of the thing that I bought. And luckily there's only one of these side mowers, which is great because I'm not sure how this is going to do, because it's really hard to get this up there. And I'm not sure if all the weight of it is on that thing that sticks out, or if the weight is actually evenly distributed between everything. And that teeny tiny little fluffer looks like the perfect thing to put on the end of a full trailer. So we're gonna go over here. You are just a little bit too big, so we'll just squeeze past you. This mower is gonna have to be the first thing on in whatever one it goes on. Oh my gosh, those little side things fold up. How cute. Probably intentional, since it makes it fit perfectly on there. If I had centered it, which I of course didn't, because, you know, craziness. So I think this is actually a good time to get this little bugger. Just because we need something really, really small, and it would be kind of a waste to not. And I think this might even be too wide. Okay, stay there, good. I guess it's gonna be okay. If it all pops off, we can always just reattach it, I guess. Okay, come on. Turn sharp. It's so hard to turn sharp in this thing going backwards. Okay. Had a little bit of movement of, like, the fluffer, but it wasn't that bad comparatively to, like, when everything explodes. And we'll try and go slow and not get the trailer up on the curb. That is something I should have been watching for. We're going to have to make sure that that doesn't get hit again, because another hit like that could knock the JCB off. And of course there's a huge buffer of cars in front of me that are going to be going as slow as tar. And I may as well just follow them, but I really don't want to. So we're going to pull over here, and if I need to, I can just stop and wait for them to pass. Because they're annoying me, because I want to go fast. I don't want to go... let's see. These guys are probably going around 50 to 60, which I guess is the speed limit, but there's not really any reason why I shouldn't go the speed limit, because there's no cops, which I realize would be a real pain to implement and kind of pointless, because most people, you know, pretend to drive the speed limit. I just don't really care what it is, and that was about the worst thing that could have happened, because now I'm not sure if that JCB is going to be able to be unloaded off the top of those. Oh, and it made it all the way here perfectly fine. Did we turn that upside down? No, we didn't. I thought we did. I was like, that is probably the second worst thing that could happen, is having a wheel loader like that go fully upside down. Okay, go out of the way. Okay, grab this. Okay, that came off easy enough. We'll set you there, leave you there. You fell over, you piece of... Oh, it did right itself. That's great. Okay, that's the other thing good about having a little tractor like this, is you can sneak in between things. That mower might come out. I'm not really sure, because it now has to lift the weight of that bucket loader. Okay, yes, it did come out, and we'll unfold it just because it looks ugly with those little side flaps down. And I don't know why I didn't just put it on the front, but I didn't, so... well, whatever. Put that there. And then... I hope we can just get this from the front by hooking onto it right there. If we do this, hopefully. Please. Okay, it looks like that's not gonna happen. So is the JCB powerful enough to get itself off? Can I push myself off of it by pushing into the ground, I wonder? Come on, get off. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to move the mower just so it's out of the way for good. There we go. That's better. And we're going to put it back by this other mower. There we go. Drop it there, just so I don't forget to drop it the next time we come here. And now we'll just take the JCB off and put it by its other friends. There we go. And now we can go back and start getting all those implements that are over there. And let's just double check. Oops. Nope. Okay, whoops, wrong one. So, we just barely got done with mowers. So I'm pretty sure until we get to the potato harvester, which I don't think will fit on the trailer, we'll have all these that we'll have to haul still. Actually, all these, since we got fully done with mowers. But I guess now we just drive this back. And yes, this is a very long stream. But if I was to split it up into two parts, I don't think it would help anything, because I just realized that if YouTube is doing its job correctly, it should be processing it at a slow rate, but a constant rate, which I hope. And I also might just be talking out of my butt because I might not remember, because I really have to use the bathroom right now. But I don't want to do it until we're off of the road, because just going into the exit menu isn't enough to make it not run. There's an actual setting that says pause the game in the settings menu now, which is really weird, and that's one of the weirder features if you ask me. So now we shall pull in. And I think we'll load the mowers, so I'll just pull this over here so it's just enough out of the way. And I'm going to go use the restroom. But I'm going to control tab into my streaming setup, so it should just stop it, and it should continue the voice. I'm just going to stick around long enough to make sure that it actually pauses it and doesn't just like stop it or something. But I shall be right back in just a second as soon as I make sure that it actually pauses it. And yeah, it shouldn't take me more than a minute. So I shall be right back. Well, it didn't pull that up, but whatever. Okay, hello, I'm back. That did no good opening that tab thing up. I really honestly thought it would. But by the time that I discovered that it wasn't going to do anything, it was a little too late to do anything about it, because I also don't want the game to crash, because I know that if I exited out of the game that would stop it, but this game doesn't really like being minimized in the background. It really likes being front and center. Let's hook the thing on the front, I guess, and then we shall put this on there in one go. And I'm gonna fold those down just because that really bugs me having those up. Can I make it go up at all? Because it's almost up enough to go up there. What if I smash into it? Of course not. I guess that's fine though. Now all we do is turn around and then put it back down. Okay, and now we are good. And I think we can fit the other mower on there, this other one right here. And maybe we can start buying other things to see if there's anything else that's small enough to fit on there. Okay, here we go. Going. Uh-oh again. Okay. Good. And we might actually have room to fit, like, maybe the baler. We'll try the baler. And if the baler doesn't work, we'll try something else. Okay, that wasn't working very well. Okay, stop turning so sharp. I'm used to that big baler that doesn't turn very sharp. This guy turns so sharp, though. Okay. Now, just as long as that doesn't fall off, we shall be good. Okay, now let's see if we can turn at all. Turning. Good, here we go. Now, just as long as we don't hit anything on the sides of that one that sticks out a little bit, we should be good. Okay. Went a little bit on the curb there, more than normal, but don't want to hit the log trailer. And it looks like we're good to go. Hopefully this isn't quite heavy enough to make it bog down. Yeah, it looks like we've got a pretty good high thing compared to like if we had a JCB on it. We've almost been going for 2 hours. I just looked and the elapsed time on the stream is right now at 1:59:45. So I'm not sure if that means that I'm past it or that that's what it is for me. But I'm going to say yay 2 hours when it goes up to 2 hours. So yay 2 hours. Well, that was worth it. I have no comment. We're just going to pretend that never happened. We're also going to save the game. Because I want to do that because I think I saved it at about probably around the 45-minute mark. And it's been a little more than 45 minutes. I do know that I'll have to clean those up eventually. I'm trying to think about the most efficient way to clean them up. And it seems to me like it would be just plowing through them for now. But that would also then knock off whatever else is on the trailer, so it'd be like a vicious cycle. Here we go. Good. Drop that off. Good. I think we'll try loading that mower, because it's the last mower that needs to go. Except I'm kind of worried because it's got such a long drawbar. Good. And it's also got one of those rotating hitches that I like in the field, but not backing up. Are its wheels wider than that? I think they might be. Oh no, this could be a mess. Okay, I think if I put it like that, it'll stay on there just barely. But I don't think that any of these other things can be sent with it. So I'm going to move this little bale thing out of the way. And I guess we'll spawn in the next wave of vehicles and see if any of those can go with it. So we'll just move this over here. Okay, so next we have the weeders. Those are actually pretty small. I already bought and took over this weeder, so we just need this smaller one. So we got that now. It still looks a little too big though. So slurry tanks. We'll get this one. Well, we're gonna get all of them, but we'll get that one. This one. I'm not even sure if the bigger slurry tanks will even fit on, especially when you take into account this thing, which fits on that tanker. This one. We also need this one. I almost forgot it. Need this guy. I think he might be too low to fit on there too. And this guy should be fine. Except he does need a semi. So we'll need to buy another semi. Where's my semis? There they are. I think we'll just give him one of these smaller trucks because they're smaller. Then we now need manure spreaders, and there's only three of them actually, because the one's a mod. So that's great, because these great. Don't have room for 2 of them. That's okay though. I think the weeder might be small enough though, so let's try sticking it on. And we'll see how successful we are. Do 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 do. That's falling. Okay, now it's staying. Okay, and I think if we have it up against the trailer, it should be good. Obviously, we're gonna get this Garant Cote out of the way, though. And I really like this, like, small truck. It just looks awesome to me for some reason. There we go. Pull out. Good. And we'll just bring this over here. And we can now set this here and leave it there, since we've got that blocked off up there. So I guess that pig thing falling off did do some good after all. Now if my sprint key wouldn't keep going on and off. And I think it is my streamer being inaccurate, because it says that you just left Shredding Saw, but YouTube says that you're still there, so it must be my streaming software nuts. Well, that answers the question of whether or not this is gonna work. That answers the question of whether or not I can drive. Let's just see, I guess, how far down the road we can get with this before we crash and burn. Okay, go around that. Because if we can get far enough, I'll be satisfied enough to drop this off. But then again, the farther we go, the more that's going to be out. But it also hasn't got all the way out, so I guess as long as I'm careful. Don't hit that, 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 don't hit that. Okay, so we're going to have to follow traffic laws now. You know what? In fact, we are going to turn traffic off. Because traffic has messed me up more than once. And I just don't like traffic. Oh, there's my money units. And my other units. And, what's the radio anyway? I don't know what that is. Really? There it is. Okay, good. And now we're going to save the game again because paranoia is great. And look how beautiful it is. We have an empty road. And we don't have to follow traffic law anymore. So now we can, you know, do stuff. What an inspirational talk. Holy cow. Oh, I can see everything just sitting on the side of the road. 2-hour stream. Woohoo. Crash. And there goes the mower. And there goes the weeder. I said there goes the weeder. I said there goes the thank you. And I guess we'll pick those up later because I don't want to mess with them right now. The good thing is, though, I think we're on the downhill stretch of this. Just because, especially once we get the manure spreaders and the loading wagons loaded, all we have left is 2 more manure spreaders, which we might be able to buy this one. And we need to buy this one if we can. Which I don't think we'll be able to. Oh, we can actually. Weird. All we have left is fertilizer spreaders, which that's the biggest one. Sprayers, which that's the biggest one. And then the rest of these, I've already bought the biggest of these 2. The plows are probably just going to have to be themselves because they kind of go off to the side. The auger wagons are easy to take behind a fast tractor. And then the tippers, I've already gotten a few of them. So we're definitely on the downhill stretch. And I'm debating, so do you think, what would you guys rather see? Would you rather see a live stream number 2 where we're sorting the vehicles and organizing them into categories? Or would you rather just have one really long live stream that would basically just continue, and once we've finished moving all of these, we then organize them at home? Just tell me what you'd rather see, and either one's fine with me, really. Doing one long live stream does have its benefits, but it also has its recoils, as it does make the live stream longer. But that's actually about all it does, is make the live stream longer. But I'm fine with either way, so it's up to you to choose. We're gonna see if I can back up this tedder. I kind of have the manure stuff in the way. Almost. Gosh, come on. Thank you. Get over. Good. Stay over, please. I'm wondering if that rake will fit on here, and if I can even get it over here. Because I know that tedder won't fit, but I might be able to fit this thing that goes on the end of that manure wagon. Which it's good because it does just hook up with the 3-point hitch. And it's really just a cultivator that adds on to the end of that wagon. Okay, pick that up. Take it forward a little. Set it down. Good. Do we have anything else that is that thin and small, I wonder? Okay, all these are just too long. That manure spreader's a little bit too long. Barely, though. Oh, I didn't even remember that this little tedder was here. This might actually... or this is a little rake. Holy cow, this is like the tiniest rake I've ever seen. Holy cow, look how cute it is. It's like cute. I wish I'd bought one now, except I'd use it for about 5 minutes before I'd upgrade out of it. Okie dokie. Here we go. Okay, need to realign myself now because I had to swerve a little bit to avoid hitting the tractor. Here we go. And hopefully we can find a way to get this to the actual yard this time and not just dump it out. But I guess dumping it out does work now that there's no traffic to contend with. It just makes it more of a pain to actually deal with it. And that was a little bit slidey there. Gonna have to remember that none of these have parking brakes anymore, so it's the sheer weight of them holding them down now. Which is an important thing to remember when you're dealing with stuff. Though I do kind of wish they could have made a little sloped thing so that you could have actually driven up there instead of just having to have a powerful enough vehicle to go up there. Because that's actually a pretty useful storage space. And I am definitely going to have to get like a fast tractor or a powerful tractor or something and come get all these, because now they're mostly in the way, though I can go around them like that. And 2 things just flew off. So that's great. At this point I'm kind of not even trying to stop it just because I know it's going to happen, because there's no parking brakes on anything. Anyway, I guess we'll come pick this up. Grab that. And now we just... I guess we just stick it in here. I kind of want to... Okay, good. That's not going to mess with that. I kind of want to move this, except it weighs a ton and it's impossible to move with this tiny little tractor. But I guess we'll move it like over here for now or something. And now we can continue our rampage of destruction and flinging stuff everywhere. Here we go. Haha, yes. I wonder how long these marks stay around. Because I'd imagine if they stay around forever, that would take up a lot of memory eventually. I think I actually got an optional addition that adds in a little coupling on the back of this truck. Hey, I did. So that means with this truck, I could probably pull some of the bigger stuff back and forth, since I got that customization on it. With the little back link is what it is. It's not a front link, it's a back link. I really should just grab that combine, but I'm not going to. Bye, combine. Here we go. What to load now, I wonder. Dang it, I didn't think I'd hit that, but I did. Okay, there we go. I think we won't be trying to load those loading wagons. So I think we'll try and load the Garant, because it might be big enough it can keep itself on there. Plus it is a little bit in the way of everything else. Okay, this is a really long, really awkward thing to back up. And that's kind of why I was afraid of doing the manure spreaders. Come on, there we go. No, there we don't. Come on. Realign it a little and then... Holy cow, that takes up the entire wagon. Holy cow. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Let's try her and see how she works, I guess. And I guess next we'll get that big manure sprayer. That right there that I almost hit. And I guess we'll just start slowly getting through the manure stuff. Here we go. Holy cow, that slides really, really well for that heavy of a thing. I did not expect it to slide that much at all. In fact, I expected it to stay almost perfectly stationary this entire ride. Obviously, I was wrong, and I kind of don't dare turn very much because I'm afraid that it's going to fall off if I... Yeah, it is taking this with me. When I go around this turn up here, though, that should help. I'm just not sure if it's going to make it to the turn up there because it's almost falling off. And I also realized that if this trailer is unhooked, I can't mess with... I can't actually do anything with that hitch that I have on the end of this. Okay, that might have saved it enough to get over these tracks. It did good. And now we just let it slide. Okay, get back over here. Good. Holy cow. And since this is so awkward, I think we're just going to bring it up under here and then just leave it there. Oh, and one thing is I'm not going to be bringing over any conveyor belts because when I need them, I'll just buy them that episode. I just thought I'd mention that. There we go. Turn, baby, turn. Turn sharper, thank you. Okay, that was a little bit disconcerting. I thought I was going to hit into something. Oh, I don't have a 3-point hitch, and most of those are 3-point hitches, I just remembered. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. The good thing is, though, is I might be able to use those skid steers and bucket loaders to lift up the machinery that's been... that'll be interesting. I totally forgot what I was saying, sorry. I don't know how long the stream will be. Would you rather... Because after I get everything from the store to my house, and it's like everything is there, I'm gonna have to sort it into different categories. Would you rather that I did that in this stream, or that I ended the stream, waited a few hours, and then did it in a new stream? And if I do that, I'll probably record episode 3 in between the streams. But episode 3 definitely would either be posted late tonight or tomorrow morning. Not very early today, because episode 2 still isn't uploaded because I think the stream has put it on hold and it's taking precedence over it. And you know, I'm wondering if this will hook onto the tractor, because this thing is kind of awkward. But we'll try and get it over there. Okay. Okay. Is this even gonna fit? Is it even gonna stay on? I'm gonna put this over here, and let's see if the truck can connect to that. Because if it can, that would be the best. Because then I could just take the truck and drop it off. Because some of these are just so long that they don't really justify loading it onto the low loader. Okay, switch that, unhook that, good. Let's see if this hooks on. If it doesn't, I'll have to just buy a powerful tractor, because that is not going to stay on that low loader, and it does hook on, which is great. So yeah, we'll just take this home with us, and then we'll come back. And yeah, that's what we'll do. And I would just take these with a tractor normally, but where the truck will pull them and it can go really fast while doing it, I would just rather do it with the truck, because that's great. And yeah, I probably will do that in a new stream, but this stream will probably continue for at least another half hour, because we still have to do quite a few more things, but I think that the bulk of it is going to be probably dragging stuff with this, and so it'll just be the travel time between here and the shop and back, because it's just not worth it taking the trailer for that distance if it's only going to have one thing on it. In fact, that's probably going to be the new rules. If the truck can haul it and only one of it can fit on the trailer, it's going to just go with the truck instead of on the trailer. And I'm also going to see... So I can't lift that up. I'm just trying to see what got knocked down. So it looks like only the weed eater thing got knocked down, whatever it's called. I think it's just called the weeder. But yeah, that got knocked down, so that's great, I guess. Not really. Okay, cruise control time. Cruising down the highway, highway, highway. I don't know what song that's supposed to be ripping off, but I'm guessing that's my brain's way of saying you're crazy. Anyway. Let's slow down just a little bit so we can make the turn. Oh, I was like, why aren't we going 80 kilometers per hour anymore? And then I'm like, oh wait, it's because I switched it over to miles per hour. Let's see, so you are going to come with me too, because you are about as long as the low loader for sure. Oh, now you can actually drive over rocks. They aren't just a solid object anymore. That's actually pretty awesome. And I'm debating, do you think, to break up the monotony of it, it would be interesting if I started taking those dual tractors back and just left the truck at the shop until all of those are out of the way? And I would prefer to know before we get back to the shop with this truck, just so you know. Eesh, my chair has this covering on it, this black covering over the gray actual material. And half this covering is rubbing off from the amount of sitting that it gets on it every day. That wasn't good. Come on. Turn. And drop. Good, there we go. That was pretty efficient. Ouch. I wasn't paying attention. Okie dokie. So, do you want to see me bring those big two-wheeled tractors back, or keep hauling stuff that's sitting in a pile up there back with this tractor. Because eventually those tractors are going to have to come here, and it might be a little more fun to bring those down here right now, just because that way they also won't be up there blocking everything. Sorry, I was thinking there for a second. Yeah, I think we're gonna try and load the combine if we can. I was gonna say I could just drive it, but all the combines are relatively slow. Shredding Saw is asking me if I think he should stream, so this is just for him and just for today. But if you do stream, I will probably watch it, but I wouldn't be able to watch it till I finish my own stream. So, why don't you answer my question real quick, and then I'll decide. So whatever I want to do, I just looked over and you'd answered. So I think we're gonna at least take this one over, because I think the smaller ones I can fit 2 on. So we're gonna bring this over here, and now we're gonna get in the Challenger. This is a Challenger, right? Yeah, this is a Challenger. So now we're going to take the Challenger and the Mega Seeder over, just to break up the monotony a little bit. And we'll see how fast they go. So this one goes about 26 miles per hour, whereas I think those go about probably 12 to 13. I'm not actually 100% sure. So I'm going to set the cruise control and just let it run there. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna have to obviously tab back, since I'm not gonna bring the Challenger back. But while we have it down here, we'll probably clean up a little bit of like the extra machinery laying around. But yeah, just in case you wanted to know, this is what 15 meters worth of seating looks like. So pretty awesome. But we're going to fold that back up so that I can actually get over here. Anyway, let's see. Looks like we're good. I think we can fit through there just fine, even though we have the duals on. Okay, good. Yes. Shouldn't have any problem with the railroad tracks, because, yeah, we just go over them like normal. And I think I'm going to park this, the Challengers and the semi-trucks. I think I'm going to park them down here. Just because the header trailers are right here. And stuff that had to be, like, hooked up like this to bring down here, I'm just going to park, like, over right here. There we go, and now we can bring this guy. And we cannot get out that way, actually, so we'll have to go this way. And we'll have to go around these semis, like this, very, very carefully. Are you an actual tree? Okay, that is an actual tree. I wonder if that's, like, the maple or whatever, the shorter ones than the pine, but the ones that might have some branches, because I think the maple is supposed to have a few branches. Anyway, set cruise control. The one thing I will say I do like about these Challengers, that I like, I'm also taking off my headphones so I'm not hearing the in-game sound anymore, because they're hurting my ears, but the one thing I will say I do like more about these Challengers is they seem to go in a straighter line. Like, once they're in a straight line, they seem to stay on a straight line. Rather than the truck, which tends to meander based on the weight of the trailer. And I think that's just a thing that any truck would do if you had that heavy of a load on it and you had it, especially like right above those wheels. That could not be good for it. But anyway, I keep saying but anyway, and that's usually when I cut it off when I'm recording. but then I have to tell myself, oh wait, I'm live streaming. Oh, I'm crazy like that. I'm like, I've done it so many times during this live stream, probably too many to count actually. But, oh, I almost missed the turn off because I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. Let's see, did we hit anything? No, we did not. Oh, by the way, this is also the largest cultivator in the game. I believe it is also 15 meters. Because, yeah, it folds out like that, then like that. But we need it to be folded back up to get it through this, this place. So we are going to hit that and hit that. And I didn't really want to, but, okay, we got that through. So we're going to just pull this into the wheat field. I was like, I'm going to keep stuff out of the field, and then I was like, oh, scrap it. I'm not in the mood to wait for that. Now, this is not the biggest in-game trailer, but it is the first trailer that you have access to that is a semi-trailer. Just in case you wanted to know. And that's me trying to give you an interesting fact, because I am honestly running out of things to talk about related to Farming Simulator, and there's not really enough people watching right now to have a discussion about much else, because there's only one person. Though, of course, that won't matter, because if you watch this in the future, then it's highly likely that it won't matter. I really should just pick those up, but I really don't want to, because I'm kind of lazy like that. I'm like, that's ugly, but I'm not going to fix it. Oh, really? Where on earth is the next truck? I know I had a few of them. There it is, okay. And I think we have... Oh, there's the 4 stack. I need to also grab that sometime now that these are out of the way. And I think we have 3 more trucks at least on the other side of that. So we'll just cruise control our way over there if I actually hit the cruise control button. And we need to figure out how on earth to do animals. I haven't figured that out yet. Let's look at a map. Just want to see if there's anything that says anything about animals. Maybe the right agribusiness. That could possibly be something. But I'm not sure. Yeah, there's not really anything that screams, to me at least, come by animals here. But, yeah, let's just go over. Watch out, watch out. Okie dokie. Also, what do you think a good name for the mini-series would be? So basically the idea of it is I'll be showing off every piece of machinery and then kind of rating it in a generalized category, which is what the second stream will be about, is putting everything into its generalized category. So what do you think a series like that should be called? I was personally thinking, I actually didn't have an idea for a name, that's kind of why I'm asking. Oh, there's also that fell over. And surprise, surprise, fire hydrants can't be broken. Why am I surprised? I honestly don't know. And I think in all these... Okay, this truck didn't have the option, but most of the trucks do have the option for that little back hitch thing, which is pretty fun to have on there, if you ask me. Let's see, we've been going for 2:33. I need to see what time it is, because if my sisters get home, it'll probably be bad. Just because they'll probably start yelling and screaming and everything else, and that'll be pretty terrible to deal with. But tomorrow I also might having to do other things, and I don't know. Plus, if my sisters get home, then one of them will start watching Netflix, and that will quickly eat up all my internet that I have been using to stream for hours. Not 4 hours, 4 hours. Tab out. And yes, we can finally move this one. And then I think all that's left that isn't, in there is the trailers and crap that's scattered around, combined with that one that's on that manure loader thing. But anyway, I'm considering it. Let's see, we've been going, at the time that I'm saying this, we've been going for about 2 hours and 35 minutes. So I am considering just stopping the live stream and having a number 1 Farming Sim 2017 stream number 1 Vehicle Madness Part 2, which would be us finishing transporting everything else. Or I could just do it off camera, which would basically just mean I'll finish it, but I won't be streaming it. Which one would you guys rather have? Just let me know, because I'm pretty sure the last thing to worry about... Uh-oh, I missed the truck. Now it's going to be impossible to find, isn't it? That's going to be great. Great. Oh, crap! I just tabbed past it. I also don't get how on earth it prioritizes adding stuff to the list of vehicles, because it doesn't seem to make any sense. Like, no sense ever at all. So let's jump. Oh, jump over that. And let's just walk over here, I guess. Okay, good. Hardy har. Now we can go. Here we go. And Heidi ho. And I guess technically we could count that as a vehicle to bring over, but I'm kind of inclined to leave the self-propelled harvesters on leave. And I just found out that probably on camera on a live stream, so that means that I'll probably have a part 2, and then the live stream number 2 will be actually sorting these. Part 1, number 2 is just going to obviously be more of this, and that will probably happen tentatively in, let's see, what time even is it? I can't say something too late, just in case I have to do something tomorrow. So it's 5 o'clock, so I'm going to tentatively say that if the stream hasn't started by 8 o'clock, it's not going to happen tonight. Unless I, for some reason, decide to start streaming at 10 or 11, which is highly unlikely because I probably should actually get to bed at a decent time, since I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock last night, which was not a very good idea, just in case you needed to wonder. Let's see. Yeah, you go slow, so I'm not gonna bring you over. I kind of want to... my OCD kind of wants me to bring over that, oh, I was in... blah, 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 blah. My OCD kind of wants me to bring over that Holmer now. But I think we're gonna buy the self-propelled potato harvester, the Grammy Techron, just because I want it and the Holmer to be together over there so that they are out of the way. So we're gonna move them over there. And there's one more self-propelled thing that I can think about that we're gonna buy and move before we end this stream. But yeah, now we're just mere minutes away from ending the stream. I'd like to thank anyone who's watched the entire stream, to, you know, thank you. And, unlike the Factorio streams, I'm probably not going to make a highlights of this, just because it's hours of video to comb through. Which would be okay if I had, like, any type of indicator of when things happen, but I don't, so I won't. Okay, the other thing I was going to buy... which obviously forage harvesters count, they're self-propelled, but there's a self-propelled little front loader here that I'm gonna buy, just because I will totally forget it if I don't buy it right now. And I'll probably have to buy a few more of them for all these attachments, but I'm also just considering modifying a few tractors to use the either size of front loader. But anyway, so I'm just going to give a little recap of this stream, and then I think we're going to call that an end. And I might do just a tiny bit off camera to kind of clean up the yard and stuff, But most of this will be done in the second live stream, and then episode 2 should come out, because once this stream goes down, episode 2 might have a chance of finishing uploading. So, just to summarize, we went all the way from here to fertilizer spreaders, which we didn't actually get any fertilizer spreaders, and I am debating, I'm going to buy those real quick, just so that it's even, because that will bug me if we have this one category on the one row, and there you go. Okay, so now all we have left is these 4 rows, which have, oh, here's another self-propelled thing that I forgot to buy. Oh, I can't buy it anyway. But yeah, all we have left now is this much, and plows there's only like 5 of them, and I already have one of them. No, I don't have one of them. Cultivators, I already have one of them, and I already took over one, and they're gonna have to be hauled by a tractor probably. Sewing machines, the same story as cultivators. Sprayers, I'm sure that I can get most of the sprayers onto the same truck. These chaser bins, I'll just take them over. Most of these are going to just be taken over. Yeah. Beet harvesting, these I'm going to haul with the tractor just so I can hook one on the front, one on the back. This guy I'll bring over because I totally forgot about him. Same story as the not self-propelled sugar beet harvester. And then these headers I'm just going to hook onto their respective choppers, so we'll have quite a few duplicates, like we'll have 3 or 4 of each type, and then we'll probably just, for these brandless ones, like this guy, we're probably just going to buy, you know, 2 or 3 New Hollands to stick them on. And same story with the combines, we'll just buy as many combines as it takes to hold all these headers. And that's just so that during testing we don't have to be switching out headers and stuff. I got that many combines left. We've got all the trucks already. Might need to buy another one for something I just remembered. This one is going to be pretty interesting because it's basically going to be the JCBs on a smaller scale. And then tractors is going to be the biggest one because I'm definitely going to do most of it off camera, but I'm gonna have to buy quite a few multiples of different powerful tractors, and you know, one of everything. I already have Challengers. I'd need to buy these 2 still, though I might not since they were a pre-order thing, but I don't know yet. And then all of these, I'm gonna buy enough of them to put one of them on each implement. So yeah, that's how crazy I am. Also, I'm gonna let you guys hear the, oh no, did I not get money mod cheat? Oh wait, I need to be in a tractor for that to work, actually. So there you go. Now this is the end of the stream. Now you get to see money flashing on the screen and hear a bunch of horns. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. I hope it wasn't too annoying having an almost 3-hour stream. I did say at one time that I was planning to stream Big Pharma. I decided that is a terrible idea since I don't often have time to live stream, and it's easier to edit out like people interrupting me if I don't live stream, and I almost always have to live stream if I'm home alone. And that's the only time I can live stream because someone will come and interrupt me if I live stream and someone else is home. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Radman, and in the next episode, or part 2 of this, we shall learn to deal with JCB, because I don't know how this is ever going to get out. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye.